Namaste teachers, welcome you all back to the ongoing series of Educate the Educators. Today we shall learn and know a little more about the classroom management with respect to the small aspect which I thought I will share with you, the M cube of classroom management. Yes, what is this M cube? M1, be a mother. M2, teach your students to be mindful. M3, nurture in them the habit of meditation. Now, why are these three very important? Is because it is said that the women are such entities, are such beautiful personalities who are here who are creating the new generation altogether. We do know biologically the mothers are empowered to beget children and nurture them, yes, formal or informal both. But here we are doubly blessed that we have our own children, our families, and then we also have 100-odd students every day to nurture and instill in them beautiful values of life. Because I believe, teachers, it is the role of the teachers which is very, very important to instill these moral values in the students. Because I was taught money comes and goes, but morality comes and grows. I repeat, money comes and goes, but morality comes and grows. So, what are these morality? Morality is those beautiful sanskar, the values which we instill. Right from 5 years, we have to instill time and again into the students about the beautiful values of, say, smallest word like help, care, share, to the extent of being righteous, patriotic, yes, so on and so forth. So the teacher's role becomes very, very important. At this juncture, let us not only teach them values for life, let us teach them values which are going to go on with them, as we discussed in the previous session, as learning is a lifelong process. So teach them how they should be very, very respectful and patriotic towards motherland. Let us also learn to respect and regard the mother of learning, the goddess of learning, because we all know we adore goddess Saraswati as the mother of knowledge. And many a times we find children using the books and scribbling, tearing papers, maintaining the book in a very untidy condition, etc. But we as teachers have to inculcate in them the value of neatness and respecting the books. Yes, because there is that invisible goddess Ma Saraswati, and then if we regard her, the more we regard her, the more we honor her, the more loving she becomes and more she comes to us. Therefore, our learning becomes quicker. The next most important, let us teach our children to worship Mother Earth, the one and the only sustainer of all the life forms. We have to make them how we have to be empathetic towards even the Mother Earth, that as soon as we get up in the morning, even if we are on the floor and get up, the first person whom we are going to be in contact by putting our feet is again the Mother Earth. So let us respect her, let us not harm her, pollute her, choke her, disturb her, because she is going to sustain our lives. And last but not the least, the mother cow, Gomata. There is so much of outcry out in the society for whatever reason, but let us inculcate in them the values of being sensitive and being kind to all animals in general, but to this mother cow in particular, because we know we are dependent on mother cow for so many of the products which are available to us. Now, why I chose this topic mother is because mothers are first teachers and teachers are second mothers. And it becomes our responsibility to nurture these values in our children. And whenever time permits, please share moral stories with your children, because as mothers, only we have this role play to do and nurture the value system in us. The value system which is in us to the next generation. Moving on, teach the children to be mindful. Now, Most of the time we find children are inattentive, they don't pay attention, they are so distracted, disturbed, etc. etc. For that, we have to inculcate in them the value of being mindful of what they do. So how do we inculcate this? First of all, we should have a strong mind power. That is, we should not be distracted, or we should not have a very wavery mind. And to this, relate to this, I just thought of this one beautiful example which all of us would have come across in life. Most of the time when we go to an airport, what happens? There is this beautiful conveyor belt and colorful bags, big, small, strong, sturdy, soft, etc. of various shapes and sizes keeps moving in this conveyor belt. So our mind is such a conveyor belt, and all the thoughts which are coming in our minds are like those colorful baggage which are moving on in the conveyor belt. Have you noticed any time the conveyor belt doesn't move away? It is only the owners come and pick out their baggage and they move out. So also we as individuals have to understand this, that the mind base, that is the mind, or what we call the biological brain, is that seat of learning. It is there in us. But what comes and goes like the beautiful colorful bags and baggages are those thoughts. But the conveyor belt does not go away with the baggages. The baggages are gone with the owners and the conveyor belt stays there. So also, let our mind be with us. We have to control that mind. The mind should not control us. We have to control the mind. Let the thoughts come and go. Let it go. We need not have to follow and go with the mind, that is the thoughts. Let the mind be with you, and every time it is trying to move you away, your attention, try to focus. Come back. Hey, no, teacher is teaching me, or I am doing this work. So this habit of this relation between a conveyor belt and the baggage is so similar to what is happening to our minds. Let us therefore try to slowly calm down the mind and talk this language with your children as well. And I am sure when we are continuously going to give such examples and make them follow it, the children are really going to appreciate. I also give you one more example, a beautiful one. The monkey donkey story. The monkey is the mind which is always jumping with the thoughts, and the donkey is your body, because the body does the work what you want. And here is the story where there was a particular lady who owned few pet animals. Among them was this monkey and donkey as well. So one day she finished her the morning chores and went to a nearby market. So she put all the animals back into their cages and their kennels, or to their places. In the sense, if it was a donkey, she tied it. It was a monkey, she tied it to their own spots and left little water, etc., so that she would return in some time. By then, all the animals take care of themselves. But as we said, or as we know, this monkey, which is a very naughty one, it untied itself. It went and just looked at all the animals around, and it just spotted this donkey. So it went and untied the donkey as well. And then what did this donkey do now? The monkey and the donkey started jumping around in the courtyard wherever they were tied and created a havoc of the whole area. They pulled out the leaves, they pulled out the flowers, the flower pots were strewn, so the whole area became a mess. And in some time, the monkey thought now it was time for the owner, the mistress to come, and so she goes and ties her back into her pole, but left the donkey untied. And by the time the owner, the ma'am, comes back, she finds that the donkey is let free, and then she has created this havoc, and the monkey seems to be very quiet in her place. So what did the lady do? She took a stick and started beating the donkey black and white. Yes, so most of the times this is what is happening to us. This monkey mind tells so many things to this donkey body. We keep on doing all the activities and land up in mistakes, land up not doing work, land up speaking the lie, yeah, and thus the mind, if it is controlled, we will not even use our tongue to say anything which is wrong, or not use our body to do something which is wrong. So this way, if such small anecdotes and stories so related to our own selves are shared, the students will surely learn to become mindful. Yes, and meditation is very important. Now, what is meditation? Let us not correlate it to the meditation in the spiritual parlance. Yes, spirituality talks so much of meditation, which is most important. Once we are into that phase of life, all of us will go through what is meditation according to the Mahatmas or the Gurus in the Indian tradition. But now let us talk about meditation in our classroom management. Now, what is being meditative mood? We all know about Thomas Alva Edison, the one who gave us the bulb. Now, it is said that it seems he failed in his discovery 999 times, and it was only in the 1000th time he was successful. Now, for him, I don't know whether he was really a person who worshipped any of his deities or he was offering prayers. He must have. But what would have been his prayer? Who would have been his deity? I am sure it would have been his thoughts of how to create this beautiful, or how his discovery of the bulb. So, for him, meditation was his work. That is why we also very beautifully say work is worship. So, let us teach our children that what you work with your concentration and dedication is your meditation. Yes, to calm it, we have to do the meditation of silent sitting, do the meditation of prayer, do meditation of various forms. Like there are various methods of meditation nowadays we have heard through various sources. All that is necessary to just calm down your mind. So what I suggest here is, before we start our day's teaching, just let us, all of us, inculcate this value of sitting silence for 2 minutes. 35 minutes, 2 minutes of silence will actually bring out lot of inner power and strength that children can become focused. Yes, start your lesson, start your teaching, whether you are in the first period or the 5th period or the 8th period, with a silent sitting. You are also silent, the children are also silent, because in silence the thoughts will all settle down, and then it is now ready for the new thoughts or the new information what we are going to, for the children to receive it. Yes, so this way, if we are able to inculcate these two very important aspects of being mindful and being in meditation throughout the time they spend it in school, I think we will be really successful mothers even at school. I am sure we all aim to be successful mothers back home. Let us also aim to be successful mothers in school by inculcating these two simple habits, I will call it, because habits once inculcated, they remain throughout with the child or with the individual. Because I like this acronym once again, habit. If you remove the letter H, a bit remains. Remove the letter A, bit remains. Remove the letter B, it remains. So whatever habit we have instilled in our children, it remains with the students as they move on in life, and I am sure they will be so very thankful for giving them these beautiful methods of self-discipline and self-reliant and self-dependent. They will become more dependent on self, and I am sure this is what we also say as we grow up, that we have to become independent. Again, the word so beautiful, dependent on yourself, dependent on inside you, dependent on yourself is independent. How do we become independent? When your inner strength is strong, when you are strong from within. Yes, if you have to be strong from within, your mind has to be strong. For your mind to be strong, you have to be in meditation. You have to be in meditation means you have to control your thoughts. How do we control our thoughts? Not to follow it wherever it goes, but to control it, because you are the master and the mind is your servant. Yes, so this way let us inculcate this beautiful value of being mindful and meditative. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe, stay home. Shall see you soon back with my next topic. Until then, bye bye.